Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do a shadow work reading for you for today. Today is Thursday. It is August 20th, 2026. You may follow me on the Attack the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Please take what resonates. It all might resonate. It's shadow work. It's up to you whether you want to do it or not. Nobody's forcing you. So I'm going to pull a few cards from each of these two decks, read you the cards. If I have any thoughts, I'll expound. Expound? I'll reinforce. And then I'm going to let it go at that. Because this is just for you to take in, for you to decide if you have anything you want to work on or not. It's your own prerogative. We're going to use the Dark Mirror, 50 Shadow Work cards from Hattie Thorne. You can find this at hattiethorne.com. She also has it in her Etsy shop. Pretty sure it's still there. We've got the Threads of Karma, 75 cards for soul work and release. Soul work and release. This is from Empath Soul. I got this on Amazon. We'll pull like 3 to 5 cards. Something like that. I hope everybody's having a good Thursday so far. Ooh. Okay. We got 5 with bottom of the deck. And let's... I like it at the bottom of the deck for Empath Soul. It says, heal the past, free the pattern, rewrite the path. I like that. I dig it. We got 1 on the table, 2 on the table, 3 on the table. Let's do 1 more shuffle. Last shuffle. Four with bottom of the deck. All right, let me show you what we got. We got, what aspects of my image do I dislike? What can I do to love all of myself? First of all, if you feel that way about yourself, I'm sorry. Society teaches us to hate ourselves because we're overweight, because we're ugly, we're not a standard of beauty, we don't dress right, we don't make enough money, we don't know what we're doing in the bedroom. Like, there's a whole thing of why people shouldn't love themselves, women especially, and it's just absolutely fucking ridiculous. And those are just a few of the examples. How do I use humor as a defense mechanism, and what am I trying to deflect? Sometimes we don't use it as a defense mechanism. Sometimes we use it as a way to cope with pain, loss, etc. So think about that too. What parts of my childhood do I need to heal and release? All of it. In time, all of it. In your own time, all of it. What do I criticize in others, and how does it reflect my own insecurities? And think about whether you're actually criticizing someone with no found reasoning. And the reverse of that is when you're criticizing, but it's still criticizing, but it's more in a relationship to just wanting the best for someone, wanting somebody to be their best, that kind of thing. Because there's a difference. If there's hate behind your criticism, then that's bullshit. But if there's love behind that criticism, like real love for someone, wanting someone to be better, do better, etc., there's a difference there. Don't get me wrong, neither one is very great because nobody should be criticizing anybody for anything. But at the same time, if you're coming from a place of healing and peace and you just want somebody to grow and heal and find peace themselves, I mean, there's a difference there. Because some people are just out there being nasty. Last card, bottom of the deck. How do I cope with stress and what are healthier alternatives? I box. I write. I watch tarot. I exercise. I paint now. I bought a drawing book and some pencils. I'm going to start drawing. I read. I sit out in the sun. That really brings me a lot of joy. I play with my cats even though they drive me insane like they did this morning. All right. 4 cards with bottom of the deck from the Threads of Karma. Set healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries protect your energy. Stand firm in what you need to thrive. Make peace with the past. You don't have to rewrite the story. Just stop fighting the chapter. Peace begins with acceptance. Begins with acceptance of oneself. Keep that in mind. I feel like I'm like all stuffy. Learn from pain. Pain is a catalyst for change. Allow it to lead you to deeper wisdom and growth. Face control issues. Trying to control others, only limits your own freedom. Let go of the need for control and trust in the flow. I could make a comment about narcissism, but there's no such thing as control. I mean, people can barely control their own lives. So if you can't control your own life, how are you going to control someone else's? And the idea of that is just absurd anyway. You should not be involved in anybody's business to the point where you feel like you should have control over their existence. That's actually, again, it borders on narcissism. It gives mental illness. Like it's not good. And I got that very much from the ex-best friend. Emotional, mental, verbal abuse. Disguised in control or vice versa, however you want to say that. Sexually abusive. Yep. It was kind of like, what is the Stockholm syndrome? It's kind of like Stockholm syndrome because I believed her and I were friends and I trusted her completely. She was my sister. And when you wake up and realize after the fact, it almost feels like Stockholm syndrome. Like you're being held by your captor and you fall in love with them. Is the same kind of thing. Like I thought she was my friend. I loved her. I trusted her. That was not the case, right? Like I was sleeping next to the enemy, literally, because I would sleep in her bed when I stayed over at her apartment. We would sleep together in the same bed. Didn't even think about it. How many times did she touch me in the middle of the night and I didn't know it? And I'm not laughing, like I'm using humor as a defense mechanism. But seriously, like she thought she could control everything about me. She thought that I would allow that to happen because I allowed it to happen in certain instances and other cases, right? But it's not like she completely controlled my life. And she felt like she was going to completely control my life. And that is really, when you think about it, that is pinky in the brain type shit. That is insane. That is mental illness. That is narcissism at its finest. I'm going to leave it there. Take from it what you will. I hope it resonates. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were entertained. I hope if you feel the need to do shadow work that you do. You allow yourself to do it with love because you should, right? I do it. Talk to you later. Bye.